Alright, so we're gonna start here with game one between Minsky and Sovereign. Uh, Looks like bans by Sovereign heavily focus on AD carry, and the bans by Minsky are more taking away power picks. However, this does leave Swain open, which gives him a first pick, Swain. Sovereign reacts with Sejuani. It's also important to note this is on patch 8.5, so it is prior to Kaisa buffs. Sejuani Xayah is strong and flexible. Should be fine with that pick. Zac and Swain together will create a ton of area denial. And Varus makes sense as a ADC pick with Caitlyn and Ezreal banned and Xayah already taken. Okay, so Sovereign takes Thresh here, which tells me they're probably going to try to run a pick comp, I would expect. Possibly a Braum ban, and maybe Morgana. Okay, Minsky bans Talia. Swain is a flex pick who could go either top or mid, which is important to keep in mind. Sovereign bans Leona, which is interesting. I personally would have banned Braum, both to keep it away from Minsky and because it can mess up Thresh's engage. And Minsky bans Fiora. It looks like they're trying to force Sovereign onto a tank top or a secondary tier carry top. The Cassio pick is interesting because it can go either mid or top and could forestall a tank top and send Swain up there instead to counter. And Minsky takes Braum, which I personally would have banned it over Leona. And doesn't look like Minsky is worried about the Cassio, they'll just take Ornn. And even if Ornn gets behind slightly in lane, he can still be very impactful in team fight with his ult. And it looks like Cassio is mid anyway. So Sovereign has a very squishy comp, very high damage, but they will rely on Thresh to get picks. I personally like Minsky's comp a lot more. Has significant area denial, has 2 full tanks, and Braum, who gets extremely tanky, and Swain, who is incredibly hard to kill post 6 due to his ultimate. I'm just going to speed it up a bit here. Something to note here that's interesting is GP took Klepto. While this will put him ahead in gold, it will also reduce his dueling power in lane. It's pretty common to see Grasp GP at this point. Braum has Unsealed Spellbook. which could be interesting later in game. Both mids are running Phase Rush, and both junglers are running Aftershock, along with Thresh running Aftershock, which is expected. So far, it's just a standard start. No wait invades. Speed this up a little again. Zac should clear a bit faster than Sedge, but nothing game shattering. And Ornn has taken lane priority away from GP. As long as he deals with the barrels, it will be very hard for GP to take that priority back. I'm not a fan of Klepto GP into this matchup. I feel like you need the more pseudo tankiness, if anything, because this is a very squishy team comp. Okay, so where did Cassia put her ward? Looks like Cassio put her ward in. She used it during, she might have been the one who put it in the lane bush, but that leads to an easy first blood because Zac from River is pretty hard to stop. And it looks like at the same time, Thresh probably caught Braum going to ward. And that was an easy kill, but Minsky got the first blood. Sovereign instantly returned it, so gold remains equal. But it should be more beneficial in the long run for getting a mid death because it can swing the balance a little bit in lane, but it doesn't look like Cassio missed much in terms of XP or minions. This could be a good gank. Oh, very good flash. He probably would have been dead otherwise. This does mean that Sedge can make a return gank though. The ADCs are just being left on their own in bot to farm right now. Thresh and Sedge are on multiple wards, so nothing's gonna come of this. Swain would have to play this very stupid. Yeah, he's just out of range. There's no way to engage that without either a horrible play from the mid laner or a very, very good play from Thresh. Maybe a flash hook could have gotten him because he had no flash anymore. Very nice turnaround by GP though. Saved his life there, but he's probably still gonna die now because Zac's here and he no longer has ult. Yep. Oh, that was nice. So Sedge comes over the wall and instantly takes the lantern and stuns up Braum and easy kill. It was a very good way of avoiding the river vision and making use of the Thresh lantern, which is something that tends to too often get overlooked, I think. These probably won't be first brick, yeah, they don't have enough minions. Zac is here now. Doesn't look like he's gonna do anything. They finally cleared that river bush of wards, so if there's another roam, they might be able to do something. GP is falling heavily behind in farm, but he has Klepto, so he's probably not doing too bad in gold. But with Klepto, you really need to get ahead early. Oh, that was good. This could be bad. Swain's level 6 is very hard to kill. He dodged the Sedge ult. Okay, yeah, this is gonna get turned, yep. That's why I don't like giving over Swain. He's just so strong post level 6. They forced out the Xayah ult. That'll be something to return to. So overall a 3 for 1 because Swain's ult makes him incredibly tanky. Right now, Minsky has a significant gold lead. I would expect them to try to force on Xayah before her ult comes back up. Cassio and Sedge are taking blue. Thresh backed, Xayah backed. And Thresh and Sedge have both been spotted on a ward, which means Xayah should be dead here, if it's played correctly. Yep, ult there, ult, dead. Thresh and Sedge will probably try to counter this and stop first break, but Zac's coming in unseen. Now he's seen, but it's not going to matter because Sedge went back under turret. Oh, that was really nice. He, basically immune the lantern by pulling him right as he tried to click it. Zac's ult can be rather annoying. This should be first break, for sure. And Swain is blocking river, so Cassio can't come down and defend. And now Swain is here. And that's first break. This is a very big lead for 10-12 minutes in current league. Over a 3k gold lead? Yikes. And that's with Klepto GP. This should be an easy free turret, but it's not first turret. So gold is obviously significantly less. Varus right now is getting huge. He's gotten the majority of kills and already has his Rage Blade. And this is prior to the Rage Blade adjustment, so it's still a very good first rush item. Swain's gonna get the kill here, but die. This is still gonna get, this is still heavily in favor of Minsky though. They've just got too much damage. Varus is just free hitting. And it's another 2 for 1. And this will be Dragon. At this point, I feel like Minsky would actually have to really screw up to lose this game. They have a much easier to execute team comp. They their highest damage priority threat is very far ahead. Once the Varus gets some autos going on the Sedge, he's just gonna do incredible amounts of damage in team fights. I would expect him to pick up Hurricane next, probably. Xayah still doesn't even have her Essence Reaver. And even at Essence Reaver, she really doesn't come online yet. I personally don't think she comes online fully until Zeal item plus Infinity Edge. At that point, she starts to do ridiculous damage, but I think this game should be over before that happens. GP has somewhat caught up in farm, but Ornn has 3 kills and 3 assists and has been very present in team fights, while GP just hasn't. Even with his ulti, he hasn't been effective in team fights at all. Since both bot lane turrets are down, this completely unlocks them from roam, unlocks them to roam. But Swain has gained mid priority. Oh, he's kind of caught here, but he's still really tanky because of ult. And Zac just pops them back in. And this should be probably Baron after this turret. Oh no, not Baron. Baron isn't up yet. Jesus. This is incredibly fast. So they'll take Rift Herald and probably force down mid with it. And then they'll start prepping for the Baron in 3 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what Sovereign can do to get back in this. Their only hope really is Cassio is somehow stalling till late and having Cassio just scale into 6-item Cassio. And Xayah's teamfight damage will be really good, so would GP's, but it's just such a hard to execute comp in comparison. Mineski has basically everything that they could need. They have the Ornn ult, they have Zac, and they have Swain. All 3 of those ults will provide massive area denial and pick potential. I mean, like at this point, there is no way they should lose this game unless they massively screw up. And that'll be mid turret, which will be all 3 outers down. And Zac goes in. And it doesn't even matter that they're not executing it perfectly, because they just do so much damage in comparison. This could be a turn though. That was a mistake by Mineski. Mainly because Varus got picked off. Okay, so Zac goes in, pulls Sedge out only. They get Sedge, but then they don't back up, and the turret's hitting Varus. The turret hitting Varus is the biggest issue there. If the turret isn't hitting Varus, they probably win the team fight because he can clean up Cassio and Thresh very easily. But the turret took just huge chunks of his HP. So let's see here. Okay. Juggling and stopped juggling. So right here, Ornn gets Civ. Ornn is in turret range, which is fine. Ornn dies. When Ornn dies, the turret switches to Varus. It was... There was no reason to engage that under that turret. They got way too greedy, and we'll see if it ends up costing them at all. But even with that misstep, it's still a 4k gold lead. It's going to be somewhat reduced by... This should be a free turret. It'll probably be 3k by the time it's Baron. Oh wow, this is interesting. Braum and Ornn just burn TP. Okay, they're gonna take Drake. And then Baron, I guess. Maybe. Nope, they're just clearing out vision. Oh. That was a nice catch. Oh, he almost got it off. But Ornn had the knockup. Darn. Okay. And Baron's live now. All Sovereign can do is try to get some wards up, but there's no way that can stop this. GP getting taken down means they don't even have GP ult to force them away from Baron. He'll probably be up soon. Yeah, he'll be up soon, and it doesn't look like Minsky is gonna go for Baron quite yet. They're gonna push their waves and force Sovereign to react. One of the big things about Ornn that's just so incredibly annoying is his ability to just upgrade items on the map. He doesn't have to go back to gain power, and it's incredibly strong. At this point, I don't know what Minsky is doing exactly. I feel like they should be trying to bait Baron, and having Ornn push the side waves. So they are having Ornn push side waves, but so far they've ceded control of Baron Pit to a team that's honestly much weaker than them. Looks like Ornn doesn't want to have to use his TP, so he's just going to go up. Okay, forced Thresh's flash there. Braum ult, I guess. That really didn't do much. Forcing Thresh's flash was the important part here. Sedge doesn't have flash for another 15 or so seconds. Okay, yeah. They picked the jungler. That's Baron. Jungler and Thresh are gone. That will be Baron, and that should be the end of this game. They should be able to force down with this. GP's ult is basically tickling them at this point. All he has is... Oh, they turned it. Okay. And now they're chasing down Xayah. Okay. And they don't even need to take Baron, I guess. They're just gonna force down mid. 20-second death timers. This should be an inhib. No, not quite. Death timers are still too low. Just go back to the Baron bait, I guess. Buy up, back to Baron bait. Ornn is massive right now, though. I don't know how the heck they're gonna kill him. 6-1 and 8 with a significant farm lead. He just lives so long there. He has Cassio free hitting him and then just walks away. And it lets the rest of the team turn. Oh, missed that ult. Oh, but Zac is here. Zac doesn't even need to ult at this point. He just needs to immobilize them. You can save the ult for trying to pick a target. Or 2 targets. Jeez. Okay, force GP ult to be burned. They probably should be focusing on getting Sedge, but she is very tanky. And well, she isn't very tanky. She has a significant amount of health. She doesn't really have tank stats, honestly. She just has Cinderhulk, Warmogs, and Merc Treads. And Zac just tops away. And Zac has Warmogs now, so he'll be even more annoying to kill. I don't like how long they're letting this drag on. I know it's only 26 minutes, but another team that has gotten significant gold leads and burned them in NA would be the Cloud9 team, who has had like 10k gold leads and still messed up. Oh, this should be a fully wiped team fight. Swain out all the way into the back line. They got all their damage threats and they got Thresh. They didn't get the jungler. So they could still go for a desperation steal, but Swain should be able to screen. Swain and Ornn can just screen the jungler away. And this should be basically a free Baron. Oh, or they could just kill the jungle. Nope, don't even need to. But she's forced far enough away that there's no way they can contest this Baron, and GP will die. This game should really end in this Baron push. The question is if the wave clear can stop it. But at this point you have a 10k lead, you have multiple item lead. Varus has 3.5 completed items. Xayah has 2.5. Once Xayah gets the IE, she will be basically fully online, but she should still have some gold till that point. Varus is massive, and there's no significant armor on any member of Sovereign, so they should just get ripped apart. Braum got sacrificed to take turret, but that does take away a Baron buff from the map. At this point it seems like they're just gonna rotate and try to slowly take the final turrets rather than forcing it down, which is probably the safer play, but the only thing that worries me is the 6-item Cassio. But that's still a long way away. Right now she has 2 full items and parts for a 3rd. She's been held down hugely, has 7 deaths. Has the most deaths on the team, in fact. Xayah now has IE though, so she should actually do some damage in team fights. But Ornn has a ton of armor.
Electric yellow and maroon.
Yeah, this is over. They can't get to the cannon minion, and the cannon minion will eventually kill the turrets even with them focusing on champions. It's no banner to me now. But at this point they can just force down the turret completely. Alright, well that played out somewhat how I expected. I didn't expect them to get quite that far ahead, but they did execute their comp very well, and their opponent's comp was much more difficult to execute. Alright, I'm gonna grab a drink and then I will start game 2. It looks like it's again gonna be a heavy ADC focus by Sovereign. Minsky bans Rakan, split up the Xayah Rakan lane, bans Camille. And Sovereign leaves Caitlyn up. They ban out Sedge. And Minsky bans out Swain, which I definitely agree with.
all the light that we consume. The neon signs, the falling moon. Electric yellow and maroon.
So Sovereign first picks Braum? That's interesting. I guess they're trying to preempt an Ornn pick by having the soft counter to his ult.
Colors grow and come alive.
I don't agree with it as a first pick though.
To our veins, into our eyes.
Caitlyn, obviously very good ADC, safe, and was banned previously. So yeah, might as well take. I'd probably take Zac again. Jijun was extremely good with it last game and had a lot of picks on their back line, just pulling them out with the Zac ult. I don't think this will be a Lee Sin. Azir makes sense. It's similar to Cassiopeia in that it's a late game scaling champ. Probably not quite as hard scaling, but does have more safety via the shuffle. And Jarvan. Interesting. I'm not sure if I like it better than Sedge or not, but obviously they banned Sedge because they thought Minsky would go for it. Talia makes sense to take here. Safe pick into Azir, and you don't have to show anything new. I would expect them to take support with their next pick. Possibly something like Alistar. Assuming it's not banned. Otherwise, they could go all in on the ADC Protect comp and go with something like Janna, but I don't think that makes much sense to this team comp. Minsky continues to pinch the ADC pool. This is gonna basically put Sovereign on Xayah, unless there's something very unforeseen. And Sovereign bans Leona again. I would have banned Cow. Cow would have been a really good ban here. It looks like it'll get picked up. The other option would have also been something like Morgana. Again, to protect the ADC. Here, Xayah and Fiora is left open, but I really hope they don't try another hard to execute comp. They should just pick a tank. Sion's a good pick here with his Airy build. He can still have lane dominance and provide significant CC in the late game, as well as basically becoming, well, unkillable. I mean, he stacks health forever. His damage will fall off significantly in late game, though. Cho is a good pick into Sion. Airy Sion can somewhat bully him, but Cho should be able to farm from a distance with Rupture, as long as he sets up the waves right. And the distance should give him more room to dodge Sion Z. And now we just speed forward into game. Again, it's likely to be a fairly standard start. He'll probably look to get Raptor Ward down again, but otherwise likely just Riverdance. I don't think there will be a heavy invade with either of these team comps. Although the Braum Scion level 1 can be very nasty. Oops. Yeah, it looks like they're just spread out, denying access. Cho and Scion just going back and forth. Cho scaled E first, which means he won't have his rupture immediately. Just standard starts here. Irvin skips Raptors. Goes right to blue, so he's double buff starting. And just pulled Krugs over. So he should clear slightly faster than Black, but it really shouldn't matter that much. Scion went with Glacial Augment, which I'm really not a fan of. I think Airy is kind of necessary for him in lane. Jarvan has Electrocute, which is standard, but I feel like it scales much poorer into the late game than Aftershock. It's one of the reasons I prefer Sejuani over Jarvan. This should force a flash. Nope, didn't quite get him. I think he may have canceled an auto there. Let's see. Q. No, he just didn't get in range for the auto. That was very close to getting turned around. Jarvan gave up his flash to blow Talia's, and Talia has been forced back, but she doesn't have flash anymore. She does get tier and gets a stack in early though. Azir doesn't exactly full shove the lane. Looks like he's trying to somewhat freeze it. Braum as well has Glacial Augment. I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan of Glacial Augment. I think both Aftershock and Unsealed Spellbook provide better overall utility. And Scion came back with a Catalyst, so yeah, he can force Cho right out of lane. The damage difference is too much, and Cho's very low on mana. So that'll be, oh, yep, Talia's dead. Zag went. Zag just is completely not seen until he goes past Jarvan through the air, and Jarvan knows, oh hey, free kill. So that's that. side should miss everything here. Yep. It's a bit too telegraphed. They had vision on him starting his run, it looks like. Let's see. Where did he start from? Yep. And they had vision on him starting his run. And so it ends up being nothing. The important thing here, though, is Jarvan has to come and hold the wave against Cho so that he can't push the turret. And Aftershock right there, who's pretty big in keeping Alistar healthy. They should be able to force them off the turret with this. I don't know if they can take it yet. They should be able to do some damage. No, they're just going to shove hard. They should be able to take... Yeah, they can take Jarvan's red. Jarvan's stuck in the top half of his jungle because he had to defend against Cho'Gath after Sion made his run down. And... Oh, that was a nice sack, John. And oh, and Azir dead. Azir didn't even get a chance to flash there. He was stunned the entire time. Until we hit dead. Wow, they are really going hard on mid lane. It's interesting because neither turret has taken any substantial damage. Looks like Jarvan EQ'd Smite that. I don't think Kate helped him at all. No, Kate didn't even shoot it. So yeah, just EQ Smite. And Cho's starting to get enough AP where he can just farm with Rupture and not have it be an issue. Oh, he stayed in bush top, he didn't fully recall. I guess he ain't wanting to let you push. And Jarvan's making another visit to mid lane. Tuia has flash now. Nope, looks like they don't go for it. Okay, they're gonna get some of this vision back. Oh, and Zach will clear out 2 pinks. Nice. Allie's just keeping control of Triburush. And Zach's coming down and Talia's coming down. Yet they're gonna wipe them, and this should be first brick. Oof, stood on the trap there and had to pull ulti to get out of it. Doesn't even matter. It's double kill for Kate and first brick. This is a huge gold swing. Are they gonna give this solo to Kate? Nope. Split it. And it doesn't look like Sovereign's even gonna be able to react. Yeah. Cho was able to TP back and stop them from taking turret. So now Minesky gets to take Drake, bot lane turret, and put a double kill on Kate. And this is starting to look a lot like the last game. With Minesky getting a significant early lead. This is only for the 3rd place match, but it is still important, obviously. And just going back to wave clear. Bot lane is pretty equal. It'll shove slightly towards Cho, but he should get there in time to catch it before it hits the turret. 13 minutes in and a 2k gold lead is definitely not a bad thing, especially with even kills. Kate has a decent CS lead, and the kills, of course, are on Kate. Whereas the kills for Sovereign are spread out on J4 and Azir, which is good, and Sion, which isn't really good. You don't really want your kills on Jarvan and Sion, who should be building into more tanky. But, oh, the Jarvan's building Warrior, which is pretty common in solo queue, but it's part of the reason that we don't see him that much. Wow, that was nice. Let's see here. Okay, so right here they're pinked. That was a really nice Braum ult and completely stopped the Zac engage. Right here they need to get out. Talia comes in and Jarvan dunks Kate. That's one thing you can do with Warrior. You have a lot of damage. And Azir is doing a... Oh, this could get turned. Oh, wow. Okay, where is it? He got nommed. Yeah, Azir just nommed, or Joe just nommed Azir. And Sion goes down. And Braum goes down. Double kill for Cho. Cho's gonna get big. Caitlyn didn't get any assists though. And it looks like just the Zac passive gets popped, not the Zac himself. So, in the end, it ends up being... Xayah is forced completely out of the fight right away, which just could have been much worse otherwise. Caitlyn gets picked off very fast by Jarvan and Sion, and then Azir picks off Alistar. So right now it's a 2-for-0, then it becomes a 2-for-2. And then Sion can't quite reach Talia, 3-for-2, and Braum gets picked off by Cho, 4-for-2. Basically everyone but Xayah, and then Xayah comes back, and Zac just grabs her and lives via his passive. So it ends up being a 5-for-2 plus Zac's passive. That's pretty big. That pushes them all the way up to nearly a 4k gold lead at 15 minutes. And they have objective taking power from the Drake. This is not looking good for Sovereign. Caitlyn right now is just so far ahead. She already has her completed Shiv, a BF, and a pickaxe, so she's probably about 800 to 1,000 gold off IE, I'd say. Maybe a little more. It's hard to tell because a lot of people don't buy Crit Cloak. They just complete it. Oh, that was a nice shuffle to get out. Azir forces the alley ult pop by shoving him into the turret. Oh, captured the Sion. Sion isn't gonna die easy. And right now it's 2-for-0. Oh, but that Kate does damage. Wow, that Kate does some damage. Oh, yep. Cho just ate Xayah. Yep. That ult is very strong. And Sion's dead to Kate. So this ends up being a 2-for-2. The death timers are so short still that there isn't that much they can do. Like, they take mid turret, And Baron isn't even on the table yet. They could go for Rift, but probably better to buy up. And yep, Kate now has Shiv and IE full completed and Zerker Greaves to Zaya's Essence Reaver and Zeal. That's not good. So Alistar got picked very quickly there because he no longer had his ult due to the Azir shuffle from earlier. And yeah, Joe just ate Zaya at half health. That swung that fight pretty hard. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, they defeated Rift Herald, but they did not get a chance to pick it up. Oh, wow. Okay, so they get Rift Herald, then they just get mauled. J4 tries to go for the dunk on Alistar, can't even do that. So now they would just stop them from picking up Rift Herald most likely. And wait for Baron. And Rift Herald's gone, and Minsky will now secure Vision over Baron. They have no need to force it. They have a 5k lead, and Kate is just a monster at this point. Oh, but Kate's off on her own, which means Minsky gets Cho for free. They should have gotten more off that. They did force out Zack's flash. Taliyah does not have a good time dealing with Banner of Command cannons. They're pretty brutal for her. It would be interesting to see a Banner of Command mid laner if Minsky picks Taliyah again. The only one that would really work on though is Karma, and Karma is not a consistent support pick on 8.5, so you're kind of giving away that that's your plan. Oh, force the Braum flash there. It's not as important as a jungler flash, but Braum into ult can still be pretty impactful. And they completely have vision control here. Kate's just farming side waves. Bot lane is pushing for Minsky, so someone will probably have to answer that. Sovereign does have mid lane priority, which is interesting. Minsky should be able to just bait Baron here, or they could just take it. Wow, they do that fast. Kate does so much damage. Can Sovereign take anything from this? No, they're just gonna get wiped. Not quite wiped, but not good. Oh, Zack might die here. Or not. Caitlyn picks off Jarvan, and yeah, this should be a game over. Again. Maybe going a little deep for that. But in the meantime, Cho's able to take mid. Taliyah should be able to rotate top and take that. I don't think Sovereign. No. No. Caitlyn just does way too much damage. She's too fed. She's too fed, and none of the targets she is fighting have defenses against her of any significance. And Cho is huge. The sum total armor in this game looks to be one chain vest. Oh, I think there's also some on banner, but yeah, they're just melting. And Kate now has the components for her last whisper and second zeal item. Third zeal item. Jesus. I guess she's gonna go for 100% crit instead of worrying about anything like lifesteal. Caitlyn's just too far ahead at this point. Like, it would take a miracle for Sovereign to come back, and I just don't see it happening. Mindski's playing this too well. Their comp is fairly easy to execute, and they have a fed Kate. And they can protect her. This should be game. Yep. If Jarvan tries to stop them, channeling TP on the cannon minion is actually really smart. Keeps it alive. Lets the minion wave catch up, and yeah, that's game 2. Pretty dominant again. And let's skip ahead to game 3.
Alright, so looks like again they just jump right into picks and bans with half of it done. Tom Kench and Ezreal ban from Sovereign, as has been standard for the past 2 games, and Rakan and Camille from Mindski. Sovereign does vary it by adding a Varus ban, which could mean they're planning to pick Kate early and Swain ban by Mindski. So yep, they'll give over Kate to ban Swain. This does leave Sejuani open, who was banned previously. I don't think that's a Brain pick. Early Braum pick could mean they're planning to pick Ornn again by getting rid of his soft counter. An Olaf pick would be interesting here. Or they could just go with Sedge. Yep, Sedge pick. Trundle. Trundle could be good. Would steal the tankiness right off the Civ, and probably forestall another Cho'Gath pick, and they'll lock it in. This can be flexed to either top or jungle. I'm not sure yet which they will do, and they'll take Pilia. Safe mid lane pick. So Mindski's either ADC or mid can get further pinched, and it looks like they'll leave their ADC pick open. So probably a Xayah ban here, and maybe Jhin by Sovereign. Thresh ban by Mindski. And there's the Xayah ban. I'm not sure who else Mindski should ban here. Maybe Ornn? Alistar, yeah. Alistar's a good ban. It's another heavy pick support. And Sovereign bans Cog. I think it's probably a Jhin pick, maybe? Jhin or Tristana? Oh, Jinx. Jinx is interesting. Oh, come on. Well, get excited. Well, Jinx is a really interesting pick because with Azir, it pretty much means Sovereign can't just go late game or they just lose. And yep, they'll pick Fiora and they're gonna look to win this hard mid game. Because if it goes late game, then Azir and Jinx are just they're monsters. And Janna.
This is again a very, very squishy team comp. What's nah? And that would have to be a Blitz top one. That ain't happening. Cho'Gath again, maybe. Ornn. Yep, Ornn. Since they drafted the soft counter, makes sense. Also would explain why they didn't ban it. Ornn into Fiora is kind of a skill matchup, but honestly it favors Ornn. He's just very strong in 8.5 still. If Fiora can't get vitals, she shouldn't win that lane. I don't know. I don't like this as a game 3 comp by Sovereign. They have more potential, I guess, to pick off a relatively mobile Jinx, but they don't exactly have great pick champions. I would almost rather have seen them pick something like Blitzcrank than Janna. They're just really squishy, and I mean, it seems like they're gonna have to rely on Fiora split pushing to force Minsky to respond, and I don't know how well that'll work out. Fiora and Taliyah are great champions for 1-3-1-ing, but they're just, it's such a squishy team. The Janna shields can somewhat mitigate that, but it's going to be interesting. Let's speed it up again. If this does end up going a 3-0, I'll probably also do analysis of the first, second place match. Actually, I'll probably do that. As long as this doesn't go to 5 games. And I don't think it will right now. I think this is probably the last game. Sovereign seems to think they're starting red, or they're pinging for a ward on red. I think they're just pinging for a ward on red. Yep. Nice little ward there should spot the time that if there's an attempted gank mid lane. Oof. Fiora's already taking damage, and Ornn got the vital in a much better spot now. But Fiora's still able to proc it. Caitlyn should win this lane. Unless of course Sedge interferes. It's fine gank. Force the flash. Oh, Janna's dead. Straight up dead. Yeah. What level is she? Level 2? Yeah, level 2 Janna. I think she used her shield already? Unless she didn't have it.
She must have used it on Kate. Because she burned Flash. Kate burned Heal. So there's no way she wouldn't have used her shield. So she had shield and it looks like Q. And the Q wasn't able to prevent her from dying. The one good thing for Sovereign is that first blood went to Sedge. It did not go to Jinx. Nice little shuffle. Still force the Flash out. So expect a return visit. Fiora can't quite dive this, but for once, Ornn is being forced out of lane, which is pretty important. Oops, sorry about that. I accidentally exited full screen. So after the first period of strong aggression, it seems to have died down somewhat. Ornn went back, got some armor, got some more stacks on his corrupting pot, so he should be fine in lane again. Fiora is starting to do some damage to him though. Oh boy. He could get dived. Oh, a pause. Great. Pauses. Let's hoping it would be somewhat quick. Oh, looks like we're getting back in the game now. Maybe. Okay. So right now it's only a 600 gold lead, which is basically the 2 kills, and Fiora is getting a lead on Ornn. Which, honestly, I didn't expect her to be able to play around vitals as well as she is. I thought Ornn would be able to react with his W much better. Kate's getting a heavy push in bot. And they'll get a nice blue steal here. And should get an Ocean Drake early, which will be really helpful. So Sovereign is making some good proactive plays this match. Oh, Jen is dead again. Huh? Yep. But again, they weren't able to give a kill over to Jinx. A kill after the reconnect? Let's see. I think I did. Oh, yep. Just got nuked again at level 3. I don't know how I missed that. Good shuffle out. I was trying to find timestamps for when pauses would be over. Kate and Janna very pressed up, which is what enabled them to make the play to take Dragon and take blue. But because they knew Dragon was being taken, Sedge just rotates down, waits for Dragon to be finished taking, guesses that they will have left, and then boom, just jumps over the wall, ults Janna, and yeah, level 5 Janna isn't gonna do much. So far, Jinx has got 1 kill and 2 assists, and is halfway done with her call. Ornn is starting to be able to stand up in this matchup now. He has enough armor that when vitals aren't hit, it's starting to be a problem for Fiora's damage. The Trundle can engage this. Oh, missed the ult. He's dead here. Can you take one with him? No. Unfortunate. But 3v1 means there should be openings on the map to take something else. However, all their wins are pushed, so there actually isn't. Doesn't even look like Taliyah's gonna get a significant denial here. Probably about half that wave will be the turn. I don't know. At least Taliyah gets denied a wave, but obviously worth it to gain both priority on top and get a kill. But they gave the kill over to Trundle, which I'm not a fan of. Done much better on either Taliyah or Fiora, because the 2 champions are going to need to 1v1 than have any chance of winning this game, because they're going to have to 1-3-1 split. Azir Jinx are just way too strong in team fights. Kate's been completely forced off turret. Jinx needs about 3 more seconds. Nope, can't quite get it. This turret should go down next push though. Sovereign is really trying hard to defend this. I don't know what Ornn's turret is at. No, Ornn's turret hasn't taken like any damage. The only way they can do something here is if they can somehow just kill the bot lane. Otherwise, this first turret is basically an inevitability at this point. And that will be the start of another gold lead catapulting, like has been fairly common at 15 minutes the past 2 games. Oh, Trundle's here. And whoa, Azir went for the shuffle and forced the flash. He had Sedge there, so he was confident that he wouldn't get punished. Smart play. And now he has the blue to help him with wave clear. He is at half health though. The turret should go down this push. Are they gonna give Jinx solo go? Yep. Very nicely done. And Azir's gonna have to shuffle. Shuffle. Oh, Talia's dead. That was really nice. So Sovereign wants to react to Minesky taking turret. So they engage and a gank on Azir. Azir shuffles away and TP is engaged. But Talia's already gone deep enough that she has no way out. Maybe... No, she couldn't even blow ult there because she was already tagged by Azir. Yeah, there was no way out there. This will be Inferno Drake, which is really good for Azir and Jinx, surprisingly enough. Very nicely done. Just playing it by the book now. Fiora is getting decently big. The question is if she can split push to the win. And I don't know if she can right now. Ornn got his Bramble Vest, which will shut down a lot of her damage. They did give Fiora a red buff, which is... that could be interesting. Because that will give her a true damage burn. Minesky is probably not going to let this Rift Herald go unchallenged. Last time, Sovereign actually took the Rift Herald, but they never got to pick it up. Oh, and Jinx is going off. This time they got to pick it up, but they've lost 3. Like we seem to be 4. And 4 go down for 1. Let's take a look at that fight again. Okay, so Sovereign is just focusing on the Rift Herald. Their only tank is completely dealing with the Rift Herald. So Sedge just runs into the front line. She gets away over the wall. And then Jinx. Wow, that is so much damage. Like, how is she doing that much damage? Wow. That's all Jinx, pretty much. That's just Jinx rockets doing half their health. Oh, that's how. Because she already has an IE and a static shift at less than 20 minutes. Yikes. Did she... Yep. So she's basically 2/3 of an item up on Kate. Both have already completed their calls. Kate does have boots, but that was a desperate play. This is desperation. Like, Tui had tried to cut them off and stop reinforcements, and Set just went right over the wall, stunned her, and she died. Naiski just is a better team, it looks like. Jinx even misses her ult, but her rockets are doing half health of Tulia and Kate. It's insane. Oh, Ornn might be dead here. Yeah, Ornn's dead. Okay. So they should get this bot lane turret with the help of Rift Herald. But Jinx is pushing top lane like almost as fast. And tier 2 turret will get a decent chunk of damage, but won't get taken. So we're still seeing around a 5k gold lead at 20 minutes. Second Infernal coming up in 30 seconds, and Baron is now live. I have no idea what to do as Sovereign right now. You can try to force the Desperation Baron, I guess. But there, you see it. They get the Ornn TP out at least. And the Ornn ulti. Looks like Sovereign will get away. He's right now fairly even. Jinx is just soloing Infernal. Already has 2 Zeal items and a IE. And is over 40 CS up on Kate. 50 now. Azir is a significant amount up. Viewer is basically the only win condition, and Ornn is got enough gold at this point that she can't just easily kill him quickly in a 1v1. At the very least, there will be time for reinforcements to collapse. Let's speed this up. Azir's getting the top lane, pushing again. And Ornn's just sitting back, waiting for Fiora. He's not going to let her push the turret. But he might die. Force the flash over the wall. Oh, they got Jinx, but the Baron's gone. So, Baron for 1 death, but no Baron on Jinx. And turret. Good shuffle over the wall. But this has actually closed the gold lead quite a bit, because a shutdown of a 4 kill carries a significant amount of gold, even with Baron. And Fiora is just getting further ahead of Ornn. She'll probably Flame Horizon him by 32 minutes. Oh no. A lot of the lane farm is also getting donated to Azir and Jinx for obvious reasons. It'll be before 32 minutes if it stays this way. It'll probably be by 30. At this point, Fiora needs to be trying to cut the waves at their source before they can get Baron buffed. But wow, she's just screwing around with Ornn. The rest of Mineski is taking Sovereign's base and just drops Trundle. Fiora's getting close on, and Sedge says, "Thanks for the leash." And Jinx comes and just destroys Dragon. Fiora is the win condition, but Mineski knows this, and yeah, they're collapsing on her, and she'll die. That was a really nice Ornn ult. Completely stopped them from engaging on him, and now he'll try to stop waves from going through. Is that a Braum shield to stop the wheel? Yep, Braum shield to stop the wheel wall. Nice. Oh, Sedge is taking some damage. It's very hard to siege against Caitlyn, but they do have Jinx for very long range. Okay, down goes second inhib turret. Oh yeah, they're just doing too much damage. Down goes inhibitor. They should rotate top and nope, they don't even need to. They're just gonna take the game right here. Oh, no, they're not. Fiora's on the chase. Disengage. Oh, Taliyah jumps through. That was a little greedy. They got wiped. This is a Baron. This is a straight up free Baron unless Braum can somehow steal it. And they shouldn't even let Braum near. Yep, ace. 5-man Baron. And Fiora is about to Flame Horizon. Five-man Baron plus Fiora's Flame Horizon. Taliyah has caught up in farm to Azir. And Caitlyn has nearly caught up to Jinx. This is suddenly a much more even game. That was way too cocky of a play. If anything's gonna throw this game, that's gonna be plays like that. Fiora is very big. Taliyah cuts them off. Oh, Ornn 1v1 Fiora. That's not good for their chances. And now they can force into the base. In a 5v4 if Ornn comes down. Sovereign's hold it off for now. Jinx does have a GA now though. She's full build. It's unlikely that she'll build any armor pen. She'll probably keep boots. If she does anything, she'll go for 100% crit. Because there isn't enough armor on the side of Sovereign to make it worthwhile. Kate, on the other hand, has been forced into building a Giant Slayer as Whisper item due to Ornn and Sedge, and to a lesser extent Braum. And they're over the wall. This could be it, finally. Fiora just needs to go. They need to stop the backs. They need to stop Minsky's backs. Braum got back. It doesn't look like Fiora tried for it anyway. This is an even gold game. But Minsky does still have 2 Infernals and 2 Oceans. Those Infernals are going to get bigger and bigger as more and more of people in the game hit 6 items. Azir and Jinx will always be ahead because of those. At the point that you're hitting 6 items, gold isn't really a big deal anymore. Like, Jinx is not going to keep gaining in power outside of an elixir. Oh, they got Janna. That was a very nice pick. Oh. Fiora got Ornn, but she paid her life for it, and now it's a free Baron. I don't know if Sovereign knows that they've basically caught up. I mean, I guess most of their gold is on Fiora, but Caitlyn is still pretty big. Taliyah is pretty big, but Sovereign is still playing very passively. Granted, they are going into what is at this point a triple tank comp, but you're down 2-0. You have to make plays or you're just gonna lose. Especially since you're looking at a 4-stack Elder in 10 seconds. Fiora just has to push and push and push and push. And the rest of Sovereign have to try to deny this Drake. Oh, that's bad. 4-stack Elder. That's a lot of damage. Stop the Taliyah wall. Braum has a banner minion up somewhere. Don't know where. But if that banner minion gets to turrets, it'll basically be all over. I have no idea where it is, unless you already killed it. I'll have another soon, but wow, that's a lot of damage from Jinx. Okay. So, Taliyah wall is here to try to split. Great in theory, except Sedge can go right over the wall. Gets a stun on Janna. And they're wiping them down there. Oh, this is base race. Straight up. Fiora needs to go. No! Oh, Trundle sold all his items and volunteers. Oh, that was actually a very good game. I wish the rest of the series had been like that. Alrighty. And let me
go find the start of the finals.